have a set of guiding principles. The preconceptions and generalizations regarding fundamental issues of one's life and of the entire world. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, we tend never to abandon our beliefs. These are things Prospector believes on Rock 107.
I believe that when the GPS says recalculating, it's just trying not to yell at you. You never listen to me, do you? I believe people who say, let's circle back in meetings are really just stalling so they can Google the answer later. I believe the biggest mistake nature ever made was giving raccoons thumbs. I mean, they already have masks. They're clearly up to something.
Well, now we know the reason he turned out the way he did. That was Things Prospector Believes on Rock 107. News that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Bill Gates said divorcing his wife is his biggest regret. I would have thought it would have been his selection of barbers. The TSA reports that 94% of the 6,678 guns intercepted at U.S. airports last year were loaded, as were 94% of Southwest pilots. The AVN Adult Movie Awards went down Saturday night, as did most of the nominees.
It's 60 Minutes meets Gone in 60 Seconds. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
We are about to break some hearts here. Good morning. It's the Prospector Show on Rock 107.
Kate, it's Monday, so I'm not going to bother trying to sugarcoat the bad news. Bacon is up 13%. And unlike the price of eggs, I'm not talking about inflation. A team of researchers from the Harvard School of Public Health just released a new report with data going back almost 50 years.
The bad news is that processed meats like bacon, hot dog, sausage, pepperoni, and ham increase the risk of cognitive decline and dementia by 13%. And I know. And that's not even among participants who average just 0.25 servings per day and about 2 servings per week.
So basically, if you have a ham sandwich on Tuesday, and then a hot dog on Saturday, you'll forget your spouse's birthday by Christmas.
Woof. Experts say this increased risk could be reversed by replacing bacon with salmon or any fish.
Yeah, because nothing screams Saturday morning breakfast like a steaming plate of fish. Hey, honey, toss some mackerel on that BLT, would ya? I'm trying to protect my brain, for crying out loud.
I love fish. Bacon and other processed meats were never considered to be peak healthiness, but the rep for those foods has taken serious hits over the past few years. Last year, the World Cancer Research Fund linked consumption of processed meats with the uptick in cancer rates among young people.
I just want to enjoy the bacon sizzling for a minute.
I know, it is quite nice.
Bacon's been catching strays for years. What's next? Global warming? Turns out the hole in the ozone's from pepperoni pizza or something? Nobody's biting into a Slim Jim thinking, this is the healthy choice. Yeah, we eat them because they're delicious. Because life is short. Which, by the way, is also apparently bacon's fault.
And according to a study from 10 years ago, people who eat red meat and processed meat every day are 40% more likely to get bowel cancer compared to those who eat it once a week or less.
So, yeah, okay, processed meats are bad for us. Shocking! I'll tell you this much, though. When I'm 80 years old, drooling into my oatmeal, not blaming the bacon, I'll be too busy dreaming about it.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A 20-year-old guy in Indiana delivering pizza went viral on TikTok after he walked half a mile in a snowstorm to bring someone their pizza, and they only tipped him $2. But it ended up earning him his biggest tip ever. A cop named Richard Craig saw him walking and posted the video. He was so impressed with his work ethic that he started a GoFundMe to get him a real tip. Last I checked, it was up around $40,000.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
It's time to have a little fun on the phones. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and today we're going to be calling a garbage facility a dump, and we're going to be looking for something we mistakenly threw out, something we need back because it's got somebody's ashes in it.
So this is Kate.
Yes, Kate. I need your help.
Sure.
My name's Rick, and I think I might have thrown. Well, I didn't, but I think we throw something away that's extremely valuable. I want to know if there's a way we can come out there and try and find it. I've heard the stories where people find diamond rings and stuff, right?
Yeah, we just have to shut down operations, so we would have to just set aside a time that you'd want to come and look for it.
Okay.
What is it exactly that you lost?
Well, long story, but I'll just cut to the chase. My grandfather, we were keeping his ashes up on the mantle. It had his name on it, and I got home yesterday and it was gone. And I was like, what happened? Where did Grandpa Ted go? And the housekeeper said, oh, I threw that out. And I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, okay, so you're looking for an urn with ashes inside of it?
It's kind of like an urn. It's like an aluminum can, and then it had his name, Ted, right on the front of it.
Like a coffee can?
No. More like an aluminum can.
With a lid?
Like a Coke can. Like Coca-Cola had its name in red letters on the front, and then had like that little stripe, a white stripe on a red can.
It's like an actual soda can, like you would get from the...
Like Coke. You know how machine. Coke had people's names on it?
Oh, okay.
Right. So it says Ted. Before he passed, we made a casual joke about we were going to keep your ashes there. He actually wrote it into his will. He's like, yeah, you know what? That's funny, and I like it, and I think it's great. So that's, we did. We honored his wishes. What?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Okay.
So let me get this straight. So you want to come to the landfill to search for a can?
Well, the can with his ashes on it. It says Ted right on the front. So
how long ago did this happen?
It happened yesterday afternoon. They picked up the trash this morning and left. So I'm hoping if we hurry, I can get there and we can find the can with my grandfather's ashes in it.
It just doesn't seem like it's going to be possible, and I don't want to get your hopes up.
Don't you guys have like a grid where it could be laid out exactly?
We do not.
Oh, okay.
They just come and they just dump.
I say we shut the whole place down, all hands on deck. Everybody gets out of their tractor or whatever they're doing, and we just start looking for those cans are bright. They stand out. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of cans. And I mean, was there a lid on it?
It was an empty can of Coke. We emptied all the Coke out, rinsed it out, put a little funnel in there. It's not funny. We sifted his ashes down into the can. This is really funny.
Was this really written into the will?
That's what he wanted. He's an unusual guy. What can I say? Is there someone else I could talk to who's going to take this seriously?
Well, I'm sorry. When would you like to come and take a look?
What we'd like to do is come down as soon as I can complete this Prospector prank call and get off the radio. Then we'll come right there.
I'm sorry, what?
I said as soon as I can finish this Prospector prank call I'm doing right now and get off the radio.
Oh my gosh.
Case.
Stop it. I'm seriously there's ashes in a can, and now we have to...
There's no way. Come on. Oh, poor Grandpa.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and I can't even believe I just fell for that.
Yeah, welcome to a Prospector prank call.
Oh, my gosh. So mean. Oh, my God.
Bag of the day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
Well, this is one way to ruin the bride and groom's big day. Some wedding guests recently started beefing while in line for prime rib. A 52-year-old man named Mark Rohrer was at a wedding at a country club in Florida last week and was waiting in line for some prime rib. A man in front of him allowed his young daughter and another girl to join him in line, and Mark was furious because they were cutting in front of him. Mark shouted at the other man who ignored him, but it didn't stop there. He walked over to the man and hit him on the head with a plate. The plate shattered, and that started a scuffle with multiple guests. Someone called the police, and Mark was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. This is amusing. In the police report, one witness confirmed they saw, quote, the large, bald man strike the slimmer man on the head with a plate, end quote. For the record, this was a dry wedding, so Mark wasn't drunk. He was just really excited about the prime rib.
Nominee number 2.
The altercation got heated. Not the fries, but the altercation. A couple of weeks ago, a 25-year-old man in Kentucky named Moni James Wooten got into an argument with Wendy's employees. It started at the drive-thru, and Moni was furious because his fries were cold. That's when things got heated. Not the fries, but the argument. Moni walked into the restaurant, pulled a gun, and fired a shot. A female Wendy's worker pulled out a gun herself and returned fire. Moni started unloading, shooting the Wendy's worker in the buttocks and another woman that he was with who had come inside the Wendy's with him. It sounds like both women will be okay health-wise. The Wendy's worker with the gun, though, is an illegal mess herself because she was on felony probation at the time and wasn't allowed to have a gun. She's been charged as well.
And the winner is
the man who started a gunfight at a Wendy's because his French fries were cold. You're the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. From 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app. A free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.